what stood out for you about what will drive, say, demand for a bank as well, right? The bank balance sheets are pristine and clear.
Correct.
There needs to be demand. Aside of B2G, what do you reckon drives demand over the next 3 to 5 years?
See, India is a vast consumer market, and even as inflation becomes, finds its level of water, we're going to see consumption come back, and consumption is what will drive Capex creation in the private sector, and that is one big driver. The second is when we talk to corporates, we're seeing 3 or 4 themes play out. One, very razor focused on growth coming out of COVID, and very focused on profitability. Pre-COVID, people were growing, TAM was important, growth was important, but profitability has become an important metric, and that's what we hear from corporates. Now, the second is they're all very careful about volatility. Volatility is external. There is interest rate volatility, there is commodity volatility, there is currency volatility, and that begins to play an important part. So the second message we get from corporates is we're very focused on finding the right solutions to volatility. And this could be debottlenecking supply chains, diversifying supply chain, getting into long-term contracts, actively managing the currency and the interest rates in a rising interest rate scenario. For close to a decade, you didn't really need to do too much interest rate management. All-time low interest rates will flush liquidity. Now, as that gets withdrawn, that becomes important. So that's the second theme. The third theme we are hearing corporates talk to us about is ESG. Everyone is coming out with their carbon goals, their disclosures. How do they work towards transitions? How do they make financing sustainable? How do they make their supply chain sustainable? How do they take care of scope 3 emissions? The conversations around ESG with most corporates that we're dealing with have become very pointed, very focused around this area. So this is another big theme, and I believe this will be a long-term driver of Capex as well, because existing processes will be relooked at, their carbon intensity will be looked at, and as people move towards ESG, the investment in transitions is going to create a round of Capex and a wave of Capex. So we expect that is another important theme.
But it's interesting you say that at a point of time wherein oil seems to be the new data and everybody's shrugging off the ESG piece right now for energy security.
See, the thing with the thing with ESG is different countries will have different glide paths, depending on where they are and what is the kind of energy security that they have.
Okay.
But the fact is, every country, and including ours, have announced goals that clearly move towards that path. And emerging markets will do it in one way. The emerged developed countries will do it in another way. They might do it in a faster manner. But there is no going away from the fact that we have to do this for a safer planet. And we see that messaging very, very clear with corporate India. And that's the third big theme that we see. The fourth theme that we see is post-COVID, everyone is talking about creating digital customer outreach initiatives, D2C, participating in open networks, being able to take advantage of consumers that are available outside. People are looking carefully at, and I do think friendshoring, it's one form of deglobalization, is something that will play out, will create smaller areas, friendly nations getting together. The China plus one theme is another one that's playing out.
Mm-hmm.
So all these, coupled with the fact that corporate capacity utilizations are 75-76%, I think we're coming to the cusp of a Capex cycle.
As well. And banks are
banks are in a clean place,
to be able to do that.
well capitalized, ready to take on growth.